My pleasure to introduce as our first speaker, Ms. Erin Herold from the class of 2011.
Thank you, and special thanks to the Graduate Council. It is an honor to be selected to welcome you here today. As we all know, enrollment into our programs did not come with a few extra hours in the day to get things done, nor are life's greatest accomplishments achieved in solitude. In addition to attending graduate school part-time, many of us are also full-time employees. Some of us are parents, a full-time job in and of itself, and some of us may be caring for our parents. Many of us have families, children, or relationships to nurture, and we all have valued friendships to maintain. For each class we attended, someone else sacrificed their evening for us to be there. No doubt there were times of work leaving early, smack in the middle of a deadline. Spouses and significant others dined alone as we studied and researched our papers. Our least enviable tasks were patiently absorbed by our family members, diaper changing, lawn mowing, while in turn we missed a few of our favorites: bedtime tuck-ins, dance recitals, and soccer practices. Thankfully, we had support systems, both near and far, along with us each step of the way. Emotionally, spiritually, financially, we did not do this alone. In fact, many of those wonderful people may be here with us today, or at least are here with us in spirit. Family, friends, and supporters, and Concordia's administration, faculty, and staff, thank you all for assisting us along on our journey. So graduates, if you would please, very quickly, let's all stand up and give them a much-deserved round of applause. In Susan Scott's Fierce Conversations, she often states how our very lives succeed or fail gradually, then suddenly, one conversation at a time. One of my conversations happened one morning at a social media breakfast event held at iMation Corporation. Right up front was a table with one man and a huge mug of coffee. Before the event started, we chatted casually, and he told me of a program that his organization was developing. Something about how conducting business online was evolving, the impact of social media, and how many of the textbooks they planned to use had not even been published yet. It was the first time a strategic communication management cohort was being offered, and as we left that morning, he handed me his card and a brochure. That night, I think I memorized the thing. I was so excited. The brochure talked about Concordia University's newest graduate program and how the course was designed to produce graduates that know how to help businesses strategically adapt in the age of new media. No longer can companies spend days or sometimes even hours formulating a response to crisis. Business is conducted internationally with a single click. So what are the implications of cultural differences in developing media strategies and managing a global workforce? Basically, the program is about developing graduates who understand today's organizations and how they communicate, systems-wise, interpersonally, and online. Needless to say, I applied the next day. During my interview with Dr. Lori Sharon and the person I chose to sit next to at iMation, Dr. Alan Weingarten, we discovered that he and I are from the same small town in central Wisconsin. In fact, we even graduated from the same high school, a few years apart. Who would have thought that the one person I chose to sit with just happens to be leading the charge for a master's program that I had waited nearly 20 years to find? Coincidence? Then that we would be from the same small town and the same high school. That's got to be coincidence. God calls these coincidences miracles, and whatever miracle brought you to Concordia University and to your graduate program, it was His will that you would be here today, graduating from your master's program. Congratulations, graduates. In Tom Morris's book, If Aristotle Ran General Motors, he quotes an old African proverb that states, "It never rains on just one house." Morris continues, "What affects one of us affects many of us. We are all interconnected in our past, our present, and our future. With your cohorts, you may have experienced that same sort of interconnectedness with one another. We shared dinner time together, sort of, anyway. Thank you, Subway and Caribou. We talked about our families, our jobs, and our very lives. Even in our small cohort of 9, we shared some of life's greatest celebrations and most difficult moments together. Together, we have studied leadership to be leaders, communication to listen, critical thinking to be thoughtful and informed, and ethics to help us ensure that we provide enlightened care to humanity in God's creation. Jesse Jackson once said, "Never look down on anyone unless you're helping him up." Many will now look up to us as mentors. It's time for us to reach out and help others. The thing is, we've really got to start looking for people to help, as they rarely show up with us as we sit snuggled in at home, waiting and hoping to help. We have so many gifts to give beyond our checkbooks. Truly helping, though, can be dirty and messy. It can be emotional, and it takes time. We could interact with people whose cultures and customs we don't understand. We might start to care, and people, in turn, may start to care for us. Well, folks, that's just the way it is. It's what we're meant to do. It's what we've always been meant to do. To whom much is given, much is expected. Luke 12:48. May the connections that you have made in your cohort continue, and may the life skills learned through your time here continue to guide you through times both good and bad. May you continue to reach out, reach down, and be a leader in your community and in your world. And may His miracles continue to find you one conversation at a time. Congratulations, graduates. Enjoy your commencement ceremony.